junior year of high school, one of my friend's fathers took me to the Martin Guitar Factory. I realized that people actually build guitars. Ever since then, it became a dream, and now here we are today. And I already had an ear for music being a musician. I was 18 at the time when I decided to go to Lutheran school. I had been tuning and repairing pianos for 9 months, and I found out I was really good at fixing things. In the past 20 years, I was just working a job as a repair guy for another repair shop. I started my own shop. It's just been a lot of hard work and just grinding. My theories of guitar making are based off of a lot of the tradition of guitar building over the past 100 years, but it's an art that heavily involves science. I pull out a piece of paper and I sketch out my design. And from there, I scan it into my computer and I recreate the design in 3D programming software. And then once I'm happy with the design, I then convert it into a code that I can then run onto the CNC machine and make the process as efficient as possible so that I can get out a guitar to a musician on their budget. When I start off building guitars, we have a rough sawn lumber and we process it, and then we load the body blanks onto our CNC machine, and we have the CNC machine hollow out most of the guitar and cut a lot of the features on it. We use a channel-bound fretboard on our higher end models, which means that we actually inlay the fretboards down into the necks. But that's it. It's great to look at. The main thing about our necks is the type of joint that we use. We do use a glued-in set neck. It's a slip fit. Without glue, it will support the full weight of the instrument, so you know that all of the tone from the instrument is going to transmit and resonate throughout the whole body. The tops of the instruments, I do bend the wood, which is one of those crazy Luthery secrets. Elliot comes in and he makes sure that I focus on my strong points instead of having to focus on everything. He keeps me looking towards the future.
I take on most of the management role. Pete does all the design work, and then from there, it's kind of my job to make sure that the processes work, to do a lot of the prototyping, to make sure that the machines can handle what we're trying to make work.
We have CNC wound pickups that we create, and that comes standard on most models. Then we have the hand wound ones made by my mother.
He called on me when the time came. Somehow I was able to pull it off without breaking the wire. He says, "You're it." It's incredible. He's been working at this since he was 18 years old.
The market that I'm trying to go after in guitars is all musicians. Most companies do not offer left-handed models, which I definitely plan on focusing on. Instruments are not gender specific, and I do feel that there are some instruments that should be designed for a woman rather than just painting a guitar pink and saying it's a female's guitar. The Imperium, that guitar is incredibly special because for years I had been wondering what guitar I was going to build for the more virtuoso style player. I started thinking about Zach Lopresti, the way that he plays, and he was playing a guitar that I newly refretted, and then it just hit me. That night, I drew it up and I started working on it. I decided to weight relieve the body. I changed the way that the fretboard is laid out. It's more comfortable to play, it's easier to bend on. I am beyond happy with that guitar. The real response comes from the musicians playing it and coming over and telling me how much they love it afterwards. I feel like I'm up on stage a lot of times, and it's wonderful. In my heart, I'm a person that will not quit. If I want to do something, I'm doing it. The plans for Loudo in the future are that we one day become the largest manufacturer of American-made guitars. That's my goal.